Given that we are now in the community transmission phase, in our daily interactions, you have to assume that everyone you come into contact with could be carrying the virus. This means you cannot let your guard down.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is right. We all have to play our part to keep ourselves and our families safe. Wear a mask, sanitize your hands, avoid touching your mouth and nose, and be aware of your surroundings. Our Jamaica Magazine continues right after this short break.
Practice good hygiene by washing your hands frequently using soap and water. Here's how you should do it while conserving water. Turn on the tap to wet your hands, then turn off the pipe. Lather your hands and the tap with soap. Turn on the tap and wash your hands, back, front, and in between fingers. Use some of the water to wash off the tap, then turn it off. Dry your hands with disposable hand towels. If you don't have running water, use a hand rub containing 62% or more alcohol. If hand sanitizers are not available, rubbing alcohol, Dettol, white rum, or household bleach will do the trick. And if all else fails, let hand washing and the handling of potable water be a two-person event. Each person will take turns pouring and washing hands with sitting water. Now is a good time to consider installing a tap on your containers to reduce the risk of water contamination. Faucets can be easily attached to drums, buckets, or 5-gallon water bottles. And to ensure that the outside of the containers are clean when recapping, disinfect it with hand rub containing alcohol that's 62% or more. The 5 R's of water conservation are also necessary to practice. Reduce water wastage by investing in water-saving devices. Reuse water at least twice before discarding. Replace leaking pipes, faucets, and other plumbing equipment. Recycle wastewater and use it for gardening, car washing, or cleaning of public spaces. And reclaim water through rainwater harvesting. We all must play our part to ensure there's water to combat the coronavirus and stave off prolonged drought.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, September 21. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that in the last 24 hours, 57 persons have recovered from the COVID-19 virus, bringing the overall number to 1,407. The island recorded 3 new COVID-19 related deaths, pushing the island's death toll to 70. There are also 155 new confirmed COVID-19 cases, pushing the figure to 5,143. All parishes except Trelawney have recorded positive COVID-19 results. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information says it will be using geographic information system mapping, demographic and health data to drive the safe reopening of schools on October 5. Portfolio Minister Fable Williams says the initiative will be supported by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. During a recent meeting, the minister unveiled her ministry's strategic approach to the reopening of schools. Minister Williams says the ministry will utilize health ministry data as well as the inspection summary of schools to assess the island's readiness for face-to-face learning. School zones have also been assigned vulnerability scores to allow for continued assessment of their COVID-19 readiness. And Education Minister Fable Williams has extended deepest condolences to the immediate family, staff and students of Kingston College on the passing of Vice Principal Miss Juliet Wilson. Miss Wilson died at the University Hospital of the West Indies on Sunday after being admitted a few weeks ago. Minister Williams says Wilson's death is a significant loss to the Kingston College family, whom she served for more than 25 years. The minister has also pledged to assist the school's principal with any necessary support during this difficult time. In other news, Carnival, Road March and related activities have been cancelled for this year. Carnival in Jamaica, which was originally slated for April, was pushed back until October due to the presence of the COVID-19 virus on the island. The virus has since entered community transmission phase, which has resulted in organizers rescheduling the entertainment event for April 11, 2021. In a recent statement, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says though mindful of the significant economic loss, foregoing the annual event was in the best interest of the country. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Carnival in Jamaica Stakeholders Committee, Kamal Banke, says all of the bands and fetes will honor all tickets and costumes purchased in 2020 for the 2021 staging. A revised Carnival in Jamaica calendar, including all the major fetes, will be unveiled shortly. The National Works Agency, NWA, has started work to rehabilitate the Axe and Adze roadway in Hanover. The $15 million project includes improving the drainage system as well as reshaping and asphalting 2 kilometers of roadway. Repair works are expected to be completed by year's end. The NWA's Community Relations Officer for Western Jamaica, Janelle Ricketts, says the agency recently completed repairs on 2 roads leading to the Green Island and St. Simon Primary Schools in Hanover. The upgrades were completed at a cost of $10.4 million and included road resurfacing and drainage improvement. Over in St. James, a section of the North Gully at Green Pond in the parish was rehabilitated. The $10 million upgrade saw to the construction of gully walls and inverts to increase the carrying capacity, and work is far advanced on the $22.7 million Hamden to Adelphi roadway. The repairs, which started in June, will see to the roadway getting improved drainage and a smoother road surface. And finally, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is urging members of the public to be aware of a scam purporting that it is accepting job applications. The Labor Ministry says the new government employment program designed to create 40,000 new jobs is false. An email address, jamaicaemploymlss@gmail.com, which prospective applicants are asked to send their applications to, is also not associated with the ministry. The Labor Ministry's Permanent Secretary Colette Roberts-Risden is reminding the public to visit Jamaica Labor Market Information System on the ministry's web platform at www.lmis.gov.jm. Persons may contact the ministry for further information at 876-948-7041, 876-922-0366, or 876-948-8708. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Mosquitoes can spread diseases such as dengue fever. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Use a mosquito repellent that contains DEET. Sleep under a mosquito net, close windows before dark, open windows and doors during fogging, cover your body as much as possible, and wear light-colored clothing. Protect yourself from dengue and other mosquito-borne diseases. Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding in your surroundings. A message from the Ministry of Health.
We are in the midst of the hurricane season, and with it, an increase in the mosquito population. Find out how you can rid your communities of this virus-carrying vector.
We're looking for any container or anything which can hold water. It doesn't need a lot of water for that mosquito to deposit its eggs. Very shallow quantity of water, they can deposit it.
The rain has fallen and this has collected water. And if it is allowed to sit in the environment for a couple of days, the Aedes aegypti will breed on it. This is a plastic over a pail and the water is on the plastic. This is a beautiful breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. We have a similar one right here. There's water on the top of this container and the Aedes aegypti mosquito will breed in it. Once the water begins to evaporate and she has a space to lay her eggs, she will lay her eggs and this will then become a breeding site. Turn it over. We do appreciate that roof gutters are very necessary in some areas that do not have pipe water, so it helps to collect the rainwater when it comes. However, if these roof drains become blocked by trash or other things, then it makes the water stagnant and it becomes a major breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So it's important, if you have these roof gutters, that you keep them clear, that the water is able to run. Even among your plants, we have plants that are, because of how the leaves overlap each other, they are able to collect water. And Aedes aegypti loves to breed in those environments. We suggest that persons do. If you think you love these plants and you want them, put them in pots. So when they do collect water, you're able to pick up the pots, drain them out and put them down. Because as it is right now, it's very difficult for us to get rid of the water, and they will just continue to be in the environment as breeding sites.
This is a tire which has been discarded, but it's just in the backyard. And what we have now is apparently rainwater has now settled inside there, and we have it breeding. The Aedes are back to the breeding inside here. It can be used as an enclosure for your plants, like a potted plant situation. So what we'll show you now is how we can have it filled with dirt that will ensure that when rain does fall, mosquito will not breed in it.
There's also a method of stacking the tires so that they will not collect water. We advise the tire shop owners to, for each tire that they get, to punch a hole in each of the tires. Once that is done, they can stock them in this plaiting form. So they have one row going in a particular direction and then another set going in the opposite direction, and they will continue with this. What this does, it allows the water to be directed towards where the hole is bored. So even if the rain comes and water goes in, the water will not settle but go out. We know that most churches have what is called a baptismal pool. And we have found baptismal pools to be a major breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So what is it that churches should do? We recommend that all baptismal pools be covered properly so that the mosquito will not have access to it for breeding. Sometimes the pools are shaped very funny, and so it's very difficult to cover. In those instances, we ask persons to empty the pool at least once per week. And after emptying the pool, we ask that you scrub the sides to ensure that you have dislodged all the eggs. So we saw many sites that were breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito today. And we saw that these sites were found in and around our homes, business places. And if we do not deal with these breeding sites, they are going to continue to be there, posing a risk for the transmission of diseases because they are breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So you must take action to rid your environment of those sites. So what is it that we're asking you to do? We want you to make this a habit. Once a week, search for and destroy the breeding sites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
September is Deaf Awareness Month, and as we gear up to celebrate International Day of Sign Language this Wednesday, we highlight deaf children and their need to communicate with us. Take a look.
Welcome to Daniel Williams School for the Deaf. Now we are some things we may say.
No. Thank you. Goodbye. Excuse me.
Yes. Please. Hello. I'm sorry.
Wanna play? What's up? Stop. What's a Wi-Fi password?
Come. Wait. Where's the bathroom? What's your name? Drink. Water. What's the name of your school? Where's the town?
Taxi, bus park, shop.
How to get a deaf person's attention. Don't shout at me. Don't throw anything at me. That's dangerous. You can walk beside me and touch me on my shoulder lightly, or you can wave at me. If I'm in a room, you can flicker the lights.
Maintain eye contact. Ensure you're looking directly at the person you're speaking with. Try not to let your eyes wander. Also, it's best to communicate in a room that has good lighting. If it's too dark, communication will be difficult.
Please, make sure you don't have anything in your hands when you're talking to me.
If you cannot sign, you can write, draw, show a picture, or text.
Another way you can communicate with me is by using gestures. You can use your body and your hands to speak. For example, if you don't know the sign for bus, you could use this sign. If you don't know the sign for stop, you could use this gesture.
Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, celebrating over 20 years of investment in community development. JSIF has forged relationships with international funding partners as well as private and public sector entities. Let us continue to invest to reduce vulnerabilities. Let us build our social capital and resilient infrastructures to ensure full participation in Vision 2030. JSIF, investing for community development. If you have a teenager who is otherwise able at home, this next feature is for you.
Lexley is preparing for another day at Jamaican Teas, where he works as assistant to the factory manager and the company's hazard analysis and critical control points coordinator. He is among the men and women who, despite their physical, mental, or social limitations and impairments, are learning to create value and purpose with the skills they have acquired. His life has been changed significantly because of the services provided by the Abilities Foundation.
Life was sort of weird in many ways. A lot of wasting of time in terms of parties, but yet still wanted to achieve something, but the opportunity wasn't there.
It was through a group of concerned parents, stakeholders, that their children who were disabled, after graduating high school, they had nowhere else to go. And they raised a telethon to raise funds to establish a skills training center. And through that, Abilities Foundation was born in October 1992. Abilities Foundation is a unique institution. It's the only institution in the Caribbean and in Jamaica that caters to all disabilities.
The foundation was established to meet two primary objectives: increase the employability of persons with disabilities and teach good work ethics to young adults with disabilities to prepare them for integration into society.
The training program that I was engaged in is office administration. Being at the Abilities Foundation and being a person with disabilities, basically you are comfortable because you are amongst persons with disabilities and their understanding of conditions. I learned that there.
The courses offered through the Abilities Foundation seek to provide opportunities for full participation and equality. These programs open new skill areas and, whenever possible, are crafted within existing social, education, and labor trends. The foundation currently offers 5 training programs: housekeeping levels 1 and 2, furniture making, data operations levels 1 and 2, design and decor soft furnishing, horticulture and landscaping.
What we do is that we give them an in-house test. If they are capable of passing it at 70%, we send them up to do what you call an assessment. The assessment is done by outside persons from Heart, and they do the assessment and finish the program, certified through Heart. If they are not capable, then they will give them what you call a unit competency. That unit competency is a document or paper showing that they are capable of doing these units.
The foundation also provides a functional life skills curriculum which focuses on the students' transition to the workforce, as well as remedial English and mathematics, money awareness and management.
I assist them with preparation of their resumes, their cover letters, searching for different employment opportunities. One of my major functions is to provide them with placement sites so that they can get job experience.
For the past couple of years, we have been with the NYS, and we recognize that that's a summer program, but we recognize that after they are placed in the summer program, it's easier for us to go back to those places to get permanent placement for them because they see what they can do and not their disability.
The foundation has been able to extend its reach and service offerings through grant funding from the Japanese Policy Human Resources Development Grant Program. The grant was provided through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Social and Economic Inclusion Project for persons with disabilities.
What this project endeavors to do is to build the capacity of the institution through professional development courses for the staff. A major component of this project is to assist the students with a training stipend. and it is targeted for those who are path beneficiaries. The project also provides them with a job placement officer and a job coach. So when we place them on jobs, we also give them a coach to mentor and help them throughout the process.
The foundation continues to open doors for persons with disabilities and equip them with the requisite skills and knowledge to become productive Jamaican citizens. The Abilities Foundation, creating opportunities for the exceptional.
I encourage the deaf children to have deaf pride, to know that they can. You're on the same level as a hearing person. It doesn't matter that you can't hear. You have a lot of deaf adults who are successful, and you can achieve. You can get the education that you want, you can do anything that you want, you can achieve. Don't feel like you can't because you're deaf.
In believing that nothing is impossible, I have been able to culture a very positive attitude to life, and that positive attitude has worked for me, and I am confident it will work for others. I would want to say to persons with vision impairment and disabilities that it is critical that they become tooled or retooled with the appropriate technologies that can help to drive the way forward so that they can accomplish their vision and their goals.
Children with disabilities, whether you have CP or not, I strongly believe that you have a purpose. My disability has taught me that when it says the sky is the limit, it is. There are times when you're going to fall, but what is to stop you from rising?
The JIS Heritage Competition is celebrating 10 years of youth expression on Jamaican history, culture, and tradition. If you're a primary level student 9 to 12 years old, enter the essay competition. Write 400 to 500 words on the topic. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Identify a Jamaican from our past or an institution that exemplifies this statement from our national pledge and say why. Secondary level students, enter the poster competition. And tertiary students, send us your best snap for the photo competition. The topic, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Enter now and play your part in preserving our national heritage. Great prizes to be won. Competition closes October 24. For competition rules and guidelines, contact the JIS.
And that's all the time we have on this station. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for another informative program. Keep up with us online. There's our website, our YouTube channel, and our social media pages. We also have a mobile app that's smartphone compatible. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.